Hello.
What'd you say?
Helotus. No?
What? Why?
Will that not catch on?
I don't like that. Can we scratch that from the record?
No?
I don't want that.
No, the episode started now. You have to just roll with it.
Great. Also, before we started, when I said 3, 2, 1, I felt like we were on iCarly.
No, that's literally what every episode is.
I was like, 3, 2, 1. I was like, I know you see. So cute.
The world will change
to me. We're gonna get copyrighted.
My
We
gosh.
don't even get paid enough to care.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Take that. But if you want us to care,
we will sing a song at the beginning of every episode until we get another sponsorship.
Yeah.
That is the plan.
yeah, so sponsor us. Do it. Just give it a whirl. Come on.
Well, hello.
Hello.
Welcome to the
It's the
Mystery
Mystery
Files.
Hey.
Episode.
Yep.
I think I don't even know.
Can I
know
say a
last
random
week's
number?
episode.
Can I guess? It's 6.
Is it 6?
I don't know. I just said a number. I don't know if it's right.
You're guessing 6? I'll
Yeah.
look. Watch, it's like 12.
My
There's
energy.
no way.
My energy is 6. Is it 6? You have that face.
No.
Stop. You got me excited.
No, I didn't want you to be right, so I'm like kind of glad.
Oh my gosh. What is it then?
This is episode 5 of
Oh.
season 6.
Hey, I had 6 in there somewhere.
We're not even on the 6th episode of our 6th season yet. Can you believe?
Man, when we get there though, holy smokes.
And it is April 6th when we're recording this. That would have been cool.
Oh.
Maybe
well,
this is just episode 6.
We'll put that energy out there. There was a mystery episode that no one ever
The
saw.
lost episode.
It was truly lost because it was never made. Ooh.
I think we've talked about it before, but I don't know if anyone's seen it. We have a couple lost episodes. There's just like footage and like audio
Yeah.
recordings, not even from the radio show, just from a certain podcast, I think, episode.
I can't even remember what
lost.
episode it was.
I have no idea.
I don't remember.
That was like 2 years ago.
Wow. Lost in my
cannot
memory
tell
for
me.
sure. But I know it existed. No.
No, exactly. I saw I was watching this video the other day, and this person was talking about how after the pandemic happened, everyone had a podcast all of a sudden.
Oh.
And I was just like thinking about it because I was like, okay, yes, me and Tiffany technically started as a podcast during the original quarantine. However, we had the show before. It just wasn't a podcast. So I was like, do we count?
No, technically, because I think we were a podcast before the quarantine, though, because we were in the studio recording.
Oh, we were.
So technically,
oh my god, I'm so old. I forgot about that.
because we were a radio show, and then we got into like the fancy studio at the school.
Yeah. Oh, and that's when we decided to go solo. Was with
Yeah.
the summer tape season 1. Okay.
Yeah. See, so we're fine.
See, okay, so we're not like everybody else.
Yeah.
Take that, podcast.
Yeah. Also, people need to stop hating on podcasts. Let people just do their thing. If they want to chit chat, let them live their best lives.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Sick of the slander. Sick of it.
Sometimes, like, when I'm so tired of listening to music, like, I'll listen to, like, a good podcast. It's really
Yeah,
fun.
for real. The amount of podcasts I listen to, wild. It's so much better.
No, exactly. We still have to do, like, a spin-off show where we do, like, Goosebumps reviews or, like, television horror show reviews. That'd be so fun.
That would be so cute. That could be like a fun like summer or like even like next fall for
Oh,
like
yeah.
spooky vibes.
Like a new spin-off?
Yeah.
If you guys would like us to do something like that, please let us know. You can follow us on our Instagram at...
Yes. The Mystery Files _
And you can let us know if that's something you want to see. So maybe that's
Yeah.
something we'll do whenever the fall time comes.
Yeah,
That'd
during
be cool.
during the crunchy time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of the rapid fire stuff we do usually goes over pretty well. So like
Yeah.
that'd be like really fun to like sit down and just talk about them.
I would love doing I would love to do Goosebumps reviews of the episodes. I don't know if I ever told you this, but like one of the first times that like I moved in with you guys, like initially, I made like a recording of me like reviewing a Fear Street book.
Did you actually?
Yeah, I
didn't know
recorded it
about
in like
that.
Danielle and I's room, but I don't think I still have it on my laptop, but I never posted it anywhere.
Wait, in Boulevard?
Yeah, in Boulevard.
That's so...
Like I was home alone. Well, Gabby was in her room, but like I was in the room alone.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm gonna make a book review of Fear Street books. What was it? Ski Trip. So I made like a 20-minute video of me reviewing Ski Trip.
Oh my god.
Never saw the light of day, but it was so much fun.
It was like a good little time.
Yeah, so
I
we
would
could
love
do
to
it.
see that video. Do you still have it?
Yeah, I don't know if you want. It's on my hard drive.
Can we post like a clip of it on the Mystery Files? Can you
We can.
imagine?
We can. People are like, what is this? I go, it's a secret video from years ago.
We'll use that
Uncovered.
as promotional if we
Yeah.
do the Goosebumps thing.
If you want to see more like this, but of the show, Logan and I got your back.
We have to do the thing where like I don't think we should like maybe review it as we're watching, we should like watch the episode, then immediately sit down and be like, okay.
Yeah, we're like, so our review.
So can you imagine if we do like the trilogies? Like we have to watch all 3 like episodes, and then we're like sitting down like,
our
all
brains
right.
like fried. We're like, okay.
So I have notes.
I have notes. I have plenty of notes. No, we have to do that.
Oh my god.
I already have ideas.
No, yeah, I think we should actually do it.
Yes.
There's just been a lot of pitches today.
Yes. Here, we're in a pitchy mood. What can we say?
I came over to the studio today, guys, and I'm just like in a very hyper mood. Me and Tiffany are hyped up on the caffeine today.
All the Red Bull. Well, I came one right before, like I had one right before you showed up, like finished it, the last drop, and then you're like, I'm here. And then he walks in the door, has that Red Bull ready for me. I said, guess it's 2 today.
Yep.
In a row.
That's how we keep our energy going. We just like bring it all the way up here.
You get that little anxiety stirred in. You're like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I just remember like there's sometimes we would drink Red Bulls during an episode, and like after we ended, I would like turn to you and I was like, do you feel that little buzz in your brain too? And you were like,
I'm like, I feel that often, but like when I have a bunch of like caffeine, I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna explode.
That's too good.
I'm on a short fuse. I'm ready to rock. But yeah.
So in last week's episode, we talked about mermaids.
We did.
Which is being received very, very well. So thank you guys for that.
Thank you.
Yet again, Tiffany knocks it out of the park with a case.
What can I say? I just got weird tastes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because I had to do that one because it's been a bit for a hot second.
Oh my gosh. No, yeah, it has. Like, you just had to, like, finally put the nail in the coffin for it.
You said you were expecting it, weren't you? Yeah.
Someone I know was, like, saying, you guys should do a cryptid. And I was like, I already did Mothman, though.
Yeah.
Like, that was already one we did.
Also, isn't Nessie technically cryptid, or am I dumb?
Yeah, I think that counts.
Yeah.
I think that counts.
We're on it. Also, if they want to see more, let us know. Give us specifics.
We're almost close to our second 100 viewed episode, which is Mothman.
Ooh.
It has 93 right now.
Heck yeah.
So if you guys haven't listened to Mothman yet, please go listen to it. Get us those 100 streams, baby.
Get all creeped out. Listen to it at night. Yeah.
Yeah, just like get all nice and cozy in bed and think about Mothman in the corner of your room.
Those little red eyes pierce into your little soul.
Aww.
So cute.
He's so cute.
So romantic.
Oh my gosh. Are you ready for this week's case?
I am. You were being pretty obscure about it. I'm like,
I was.
What's the vibe
It's
here?
like all over the place. So this is something like I have had a passion for. I think I've said that like a lot of times. I feel like in later seasons we've been doing that a lot. But this is something I have a lot of passion for. It's something I've been obsessed with since I was in elementary school. So I'm like super excited.
You're throwing hints left and right. Well, I'm excited to see what it is.
Are you ready? Give me a little drum roll, please. This week on the Mystery Files, we will be covering the 7 Wonders of the Ancient World.
Ooh.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay, this is like perfect.
We got 7 mysteries, kind of partial mysteries for some, full mysteries for other things.
Man, this reminds me of Catch Me If You Can, because one of the songs I had to sing was 7 Wonders. It's like, all the 7 wonders, they can't compare to you.
Is there really a song like that?
Yeah.
You're going to have to sing it for the intro of this episode.
That's all right. They heard enough.
Well, you can sing it now.
I just did.
For our audience.
That's basically all it is.
You can sing it some more.
Nah, I think that's fine. It's a duet. If you knew it, maybe we could.
No. Okay, because listen. So... But my obsession with the 7 Wonders of the World started... The Ancient Wonders of the World. Sorry, because there's a difference. There's the Ancient Wonders of the World, and then there's the Modern Wonders of the World.
Well, that song's from the modern one, so it wouldn't even fit anyway.
That's rude.
That is rude. Get a grip, Catch Me If You Can, writers.
I was going to talk about the modern 7 Wonders, but you know what? Never mind, just because of the Catch Me If You Can writers.
The Abraham one. I mean, what if it is the ancient ones and I'm just kind of dumb? Sorry, writers. Yeah. I don't know the difference, so.
You're having me throw all of Broadway under a bus for no reason.
You're like, I want to work for you one day, but I've already put your name.
I'm like, you know what? Screw it.
They go, Logan LaMaster on April 6th of 2020 said this about Broadway.
2020?
Wow! Am I okay?
You still got 2022.
I'm gonna throw up. That was horrifying. Okay.
But no, so when I was in elementary school, maybe not even elementary school, I think it was like, well, that's still elementary school, but like young elementary school, like 6 or 7.
Mm-hmm.
There was this game
Yeah.
called like, it was like a PC game called like
Fun.
the Seven Ancient Wonders of the World, and it was basically Candy Crush, but they like put
Ooh.
each thing in one of the seven wonders, and you had to like build it by like playing this Candy Crush game and like swiping, and there's like these little people working on the building,
My
and you had to like
gosh.
win.
That
I was
kind of sounds
obsessed
fun.
with it.
Do you still have it?
Huh?
You should like dig it out of some attic somewhere or something.
Oh,
If you have it
God.
still, unless you sold it.
I don't think we sold it, but it's probably long gone. I was like, you're asking for like almost like 20 years ago now.
Yeah, I want to play. Although I don't know what it even played on. I don't have the resources to play it.
That's true. I don't
Yeah.
even have a little like port in my CD.
Yeah, I don't have a
either.
DVD thing.
Oh.
Man, they hate happiness, huh?
But I used to be obsessed with it. I wonder like what it's called. I should have looked it up before this, but I literally
Yeah.
that's what got my brain starting to do this.
Oh, that's so fun. You're prepared.
To give you like my process was I originally was gonna do like haunted castles, like just a
Ooh.
list of a bunch of haunted castles, which might be
Yeah.
something to do in another episode.
Interesting, interesting.
But I couldn't find enough subject material in the amount of time that I had.
That's fair.
And then I was like, oh, let me do Stonehenge, because it's also like United Kingdom, because a lot of the ancient castles were in the United Kingdom. And then I was
Yeah.
like, oh, isn't Stonehenge a seven wonder? What if I did the seven wonders? And then I found out like it
Ancient.
technically wasn't, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm
My
gonna do
life's a
this one
lie.
instead.
All right. No. See, your brain knew what you wanted.
Yeah, my brain knew what I needed, but it wasn't giving it to me.
Sorry,
A
that moth just scared me. What if it's Mothman's baby?
little baby.
Aw. Please don't come at my face. But
Oh my
your brain knew what it
goodness.
wanted today. It put you on the right track.
My gosh. Wait.
Oh, 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 oh.
Oh, so okay. So Stonehenge is a seven wonder, but it's one of the
Yeah.
seven wonders of the medieval world. So I guess there's a bunch
Oh,
of
why are
categories.
there so many differences?
I don't
Decide. They're not really seven wonders if they have to keep changing them.
know.
Each, like,
it's not a lot of
decade.
wonders, is it now?
It's more than seven actually now, because they keep changing them.
No, literally. All right, so we're gonna get to wonder number one, which is one of my favorites. It is the Great Pyramid of Giza in
Heck
Egypt.
yeah.
Hey, Egypt.
Hey, Egypt.
All right, so the Great Pyramid, located at Giza on the west bank of the Nile River, north of Cairo in Egypt, is the only wonder of the ancient world that has survived to this present day.
Oh, wow.
It is part of a group of three pyramids known as Khufu, Khafra, and Menkaure that were built between 2700 BC and 2500 BC as royal tombs. The largest and most impressive is Khufu, known as the Great Pyramid, which covers 13 acres and is believed to contain more than 2 million stone blocks that weigh from 2 to 30 tons each.
Oh my gosh. That's heavy.
Isn't it?
That's like a bunch of cars.
Crazy.
A bunch of cars.
No, literally. I just, this is like, I used to be obsessed with ancient Egypt, so this is like exciting for me too.
Aw.
But I don't know if you've ever seen it, but there's like pictures of the Great Pyramid, and you can see like Cairo in the distance, and there's like skyscrapers and like city
Oh.
things. It's weird.
That's
like,
so trippy because it's
Yeah.
so like such an earthy type thing, and then you see a city.
yeah, no, it's just like so. It's like weird because you're seeing like this like modern time in it, and then also like this like
Oh.
way old ancient thing, like when people were first like almost a thing.
Honestly, it's probably great to visit though
Yeah.
because you don't like you kind of want to see some city when you're out and about, but you also want to see that
Yeah.
ancient stuff.
I
Like,
actually kind of want to show you a picture.
yeah.
Okay. Maybe I'll post one of these on the Instagram story, or if you want, Google the Great Pyramid of Cairo. But this is what it kind of looks like here.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Imagine that's
It's
your view from
huge.
outside your window. Imagine looking out the window and seeing that.
And you see like the biggest ancient wonder of the world.
That's kind of creepy. Like it's cool, but like it's unsettling.
No, it's like crazy because they're like also like they're ancient memorials with
Yeah.
like pharaohs like in them and stuff like that. Like it's just
Ah.
like
Also, like, in comparison to the buildings, they're so big. Like, even with the buildings, like, in the front of the frame, like, usually stuff gets smaller as it gets
Yeah.
deeper into frame, but those things are huge. Behind all those buildings, they're still ginormous.
Yeah, and it used to be bigger too. It used to
Ah.
be almost 481 feet tall. But because of time, it's like degraded and like eroded because it's like limestone and stuff. So like
Wow.
it's degraded over time. So it's technically smaller than like what its original intent was.
That's crazy.
Isn't
Ew,
it?
that stuff freaks me out. Like, it's too big.
Yeah, so for more than 4,000 years, Khufu reigned as the tallest building in the world. In fact, it took modern man until the 19th century to build a taller structure. Amazingly, near the symmetrical Egyptian pyramids were built without the aid of modern tools or surveying equipment. So how did the Egyptians build the pyramids? A lot of people have like theories about like aliens. I'm sure you've
Yeah.
heard that like aliens helped them build it.
Yeah.
And have you seen that, like, I think we've definitely talked about before, the ancient, not ancient, that, like, weird orb of energy that showed up on top of the Great Pyramid that one
I,
day?
like, vaguely remember it. Vaguely.
So I don't know the exact date, but it was, like, very, not super recent, but in the past 10 years.
Yeah.
People saw, like, a giant thing of, like, energy and matter building up on the top of the Great Pyramid, and then it just
Ugh.
suddenly, like, disappeared.
That's creepy.
Yeah, no one knows how it happened.
Ah.
They believe it could have been like one of those like magnetic field things.
Yeah.
But one of the main theories is that the Great Pyramid is the center of the world. So it like pulls all this like energy to it, which gives more people ideas that aliens may have helped with it, because how did, you know, the ancient Egyptians find the center of the world?
Yeah. Ooh, it's so creepy. I've seen like so many different theories and stuff about how like if you like there's certain mathematics about it that are like perfect or something. I don't remember the specific.
Oh yeah,
But
it's
it's
like,
like-
perfect in a lot of ways. It's
Yeah.
like very structurally sound than what we are capable.
It's like unsettling.
Yeah, so scientists believe though that the Egyptians used log rollers and sledges to move the stones into place. So the sloped walls, which were intended to mimic the rays of Ra, the sun god, were originally built as steps and then filled in with limestone. The interior of the pyramids included narrow corridors and hidden chambers in an unsuccessful attempt to foil grave robbers. Although modern archaeologists have found some great treasures among the ruins, they believe most of what's in the pyramid once contained was looted within the first 250 years of its completion.
Oh wow.
So, like, they think, like, very recently a lot of the wonders that were inside were taken
Just stolen.
over time.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it happens a lot. Like, even, like, in the, I think I talked about this in the Curse of the Pharaohs episode. They have, like, the Valley of the Kings.
Yeah.
A lot of people looted there, too, which was, like, where, like, a lot of kings went to rest as well.
They're like, we gotta get our money somehow. But I'm like, how are you just stealing from the dead and feeling okay about that? Like,
Yeah.
ooh.
I mean, that's when the Curse of the Pharaohs start coming after you.
Yeah.
That's
Ugh.
when...
About to curse your entire existence,
Yeah.
buddy. Your family.
It's just, like, crazy to think, like, being a pharaoh of, like, a whole country and being like, I want this giant pyramid made for me. Like,
Huh.
and I'm pretty sure, like, for some, like, they didn't even see it, like, let's see here. Nope, never mind, I'm wrong. But, like, one of the pyramids took up to 27 years to build.
Oh gosh.
I thought, like, for some of them, they didn't get to see the light of day of it, but I think a couple of them had. I think Khufu did get to see the pyramid fully done. But it's just, like, crazy to think that took 27 years.
Yeah. But also, like, part of me is like, how is that man-made? Like, so many people are like, that. There's no way that's man-made.
Yeah.
I'm
no.
like, back then, like, they don't have that, like, the fancy-dancy tools to be going up that high, and, like, how are they doing that?
Yeah, exactly. It's like a phenomenon. I think that it is very possible that, I know I say this all the time, but I feel like it's possible it could be both, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it could be possible they, like, did build it themselves and there's science to prove it, but also
Yeah.
the things with, like, the energy matter and, like, how grand they are, I feel
Yeah.
like gives this idea of, like, something else had to been at work there as well.
Did you watch, Shane Dawson's new like conspiracy video?
I did not.
There's like ideas of like a simulation theory, and they talk about the pyramids
That's in the
being
simulation?
being part of like the simulation theory. I'll just let you watch it,
what?
but it's like very interesting.
Oh my gosh.
I like the ideas with like the perfection. 'Cause how I was saying like how there's all those numbers and stuff. There was something about like some of the measurements or something in it being like the exact same size of the Earth and like the radius and like if you were to like multiply certain numbers or something from it,
Oh,
it's like the
wow.
exact same size in the universe and like not the universe, the Earth. Like just weird numbers that are like too weird to be a coincidence. Like just weird
Interesting.
coincidences with it.
I'll have to take a look at that. I've never heard
Yeah.
the theory that they're part of the simulation. That's,
Yeah. But you'll have to watch it. 'Cause I don't. Cause it's way beyond my.
Oh my god.
I don't know my smarts to explain how just crazy it is. But just give it a watch or just look it up. But it's
I think
wild.
I will. Yeah, it's just like crazy how many like theories can go like into that. So yeah, that's like the main one. That's like the only physical ancient wonder that's still around,
Yeah.
which is why a lot of these are mysteries because some people disbelieve of their existence as
Yeah.
well. It's never been like fully proved for some of them.
I want it to be ghosts or aliens. Help them. One of the two.
Ghosts are building all these wonders.
Ghosts. All the old like
Oh my
kings and
gosh.
things are helping. They said, "I will live here too. My soul will reside in the inside."
Oh my god.
Creepy.
So we're on to ancient wonder number 2. Which is one of the most beautiful ones, which is the Hanging Gardens of Babylon.
Aww.
You heard of this one?
Yes, I learned about it in school.
Really? Isn't it,
Yeah.
like all the artwork that's done for it is like the prettiest thing I've ever seen.
Oh, it's so stunning.
So the Hanging Gardens of Babylon were one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world listed by Hellenic culture. They were described as a remarkable feat of engineering with an ascending series of tiered gardens containing a wide variety of trees, shrubs, and vines resembling a large green mountain constructed of mud bricks.
Ooh.
It was said to have been built in the ancient city of Babylon near present-day Hilla Babel, a province in Iraq. The Hanging Gardens name is derived from the Greek word, I'm going to try to say this, kremestos, which means overhanging, which was a broader meaning than the modern English word hanging and refers to trees being planted on a raised structure such as a terrace. Huh. What if we have terraces because of the Hanging Garden of Babylon? Wouldn't that
They
be
said,
crazy?
"We inspired you. We're stunning. We know."
Like, we did that for you.
We did that for you.
Wow.
I want to go. But
I
it doesn't
know.
exist anymore, does it, right?
I just feel like that'd be like the coolest place to go to with your friends or just
Yeah.
like I almost asked if they had books back then. Didn't they have books? They
Had
read
books.
stuff.
I don't know what year it was, but sure. Someone had to write something, right?
So there had to be some form of entertainment. They had
Yeah.
to have some type of
Did they have
toy.
fairies there? They have fairy rings? Can you imagine?
That'd be
I
kinda
bet there
beautiful.
were fairy rings there.
I believe that do you mean like fairy rings like the plant too? Like the
Oh yeah, well like the
Yeah.
yeah.
Not like from the fairies episode, like
That too.
both
but
of them.
Yeah, all of it.
No, I think I was going to get into this too, but I can bring it up now. I'm pretty
Mm-hmm.
sure the Hanging Garden of Babylon also had a lot of plants that are either extinct now or were like of a high rarity.
Wow.
So it was just such a great feat that like
Yeah.
they wanted amazing, beautiful plants to like be in there.
Oh, is it man-made or is it just kind of grew?
The plants?
Well, like did someone like plant a crazy garden there or did it just naturally come about?
No, so it is man-made.
Okay, I had no
for
idea.
sure, but like they do like bring like plants in there as well.
Aw.
Yeah, so the gardens were depicted to have featuring blossoming flowers, ripe fruit, burbling waterfalls, and terraces that were exuberant with rich foliage. Based on Babylonian literature, tradition, and the environmental characteristics of the area, there's a few plants that they found in the garden. I'm not even going to try to name half of these, but a lot of them were imported plant varieties. And they had things such as pomegranate, plum, rosewood, oak, ash trees, myrrh, walnuts, willows. Anything you can imagine was probably in that garden.
It sounds so dreamy. It's like the secret garden, but like crazy.
No, exactly. I feel like I would like figure out like who I was there.
Yeah.
Like it would all come together.
I could get a little rope swing and just live my best life.
No, exactly. So, according to one legend, the Hanging Gardens were built alongside a grand palace known as the Marvel of Mankind by the Neo-Babylonian king. I think I know how to say his name. I think I can do it.
Yay.
Nebuchadnezzar the Second,
Yeah.
who ruled between 605 and 562 BC. BC time always messes me up.
BC.
For his Median wife, Queen Amethyst. Because she missed the green hills and valleys of her homeland. Oh. This was attested to by the Babylonian priest Berosus, writing in about 290 BC a description that was later quoted by Josephus. The construction of the Hanging Garden has also been attributed to the legendary queen Semiramis, and they have been called the Hanging Gardens of Semiramis as an alternative name as well. Ooh. Yeah, so the Hanging Gardens are the only one of the 7 wonders for which location has never been definitively established. Oh. So they don't know exactly where it could have been, for sure. There are no extant to Babylonian texts that mention the gardens, and no definitive archaeological evidence has been found in Babylon of its existence.
So could it still be there? Just, like, undiscovered, do you think?
I mean, like, maybe, like, I don't know if, like, maybe it would be, like, out and about and no one's, like, seen it, but, like, I could see it being, like, underground or something, like, hidden, kind of like Atlantis. Like, that'd be kind of cool.
Ooh, or it's, like, something that's so, like, deep in the forest that, like,
it
might be not recognizable as
somewhere
it now.
So deep that, like, you can't find it.
Yeah, like, that's a possibility.
Or it's, like, underwater, too.
I hope it's underwater. But, like, pretty underwater, not, like, it's drowned underwater.
Yeah, like it's, like, all the plants are still thriving under there, having a good time. Little mermaids hang out there.
Mermaids, the fairies.
See, it all comes back to
the water fairy people. Yep, all of it. The essentials.
Yeah, so 3 theories have been suggested to account for this. Firstly, that they were purely mythical, and the descriptions found in the ancient Greek and Roman writings represented a romantic ideal of an Eastern garden. So,
which that kind of makes sense for the time. They're romantic writing, but it's like it had to be beautiful and stunning.
Yeah, just the idea of it sounds so perfect, and I just like
it's almost like the Garden of Eden, like that kind of vibe.
Very much that.
Like perfection.
I wonder if that, like, played a part in it at all. Mm-hmm. Secondly, the second theory is that they existed in Babylon, but were destroyed sometime around the 1st century AD. They don't really briefly mention, like, why that could be. I've heard theories that, like, it could have been because of war. Ideas that, like, rioting, protesting, or, like, destroying it. Things like that. And then the third theory is that the legend refers to a well-documented garden that the Assyrian king Sennacherib built in the capital city of Nineveh on the river Tigris near the modern city of Mosul. So they think that this garden did exist, but it went under a different name that actually has documentation of being real.
I feel like that's likely, but also I feel like this place would have to be so talked up, though, if it was a different name.
Yeah, I feel like the one I would go for the most is probably the idea that it was just destroyed. That's the one that I like the most.
Yeah, it's destroyed or it's just really hidden, like we said. Like,
and if anyone wants to follow along with it, there's the picture as well of, like, just beautiful.
That's so pretty.
I know. I'm obsessed with it.
That looks a lot like, very sad movie. I'm just going to say it's really sad. But have you ever watched Passion of the Christ?
I have not.
It's, like, all about what happened to Jesus and stuff. But, like, it has a lot of visuals like that.
You just talk about the way you just said, what happened to Jesus? Like, no one knows.
Oh, yeah, spoilers.
You're like, spoilers.
Spoilers. Well, I'm like, yeah, spoilers for the movie. What actually happened? Oh, my gosh.
Spoilers for a Christian movie about Jesus' life.
Guess what happens?
P.S. He dies at the end.
Spoilers, and then comes back to life. It's not the spoilers completely. Ooh. Not the Easter spoilers.
Can you imagine if someone... Not the... What if someone was like, come on, I was waiting till Easter to find out. I didn't get to that chapter yet. I can't.
Okay.
Spoilers for the Bible, guys.
Bible spoiler. Well, I can't even speak. Spoilers.
Oh my god.
Go to Easter on Sunday. You'll find out what happened. Figure it out.
All right, on to, I almost said seven wonder number three. On to wonder number three.
Stunning. I wonder what it is.
It is the statue of Zeus at Olympia.
I don't know this one.
You don't know this
Actually, I'm not this cultured.
one? All right, so the famed statue of Zeus, the king of the gods in Greek mythology, was crafted by the Athenian sculptor Phidias and completed and placed in the Temple of Zeus at Olympia, site of the ancient Olympics, around the mid-5th century BC. The statue depicted the god of thunder seated bare-chested on a wooden throne. Holding up the throne's armrests were two carved sphinxes, mythical creatures with the head and chest of a woman and the body of a lion and the body of a lion and the wings of a bird. The statue of Zeus was richly decorated with gold and ivory. Wow. So, I think this is like one of the descriptions. Like, do you know in Hercules? Like, spoilers for the movie Hercules.
Spoilers.
At the end when he's like, "Father, I don't know what to do," and he goes to that statue, and then his father's like, "Oh, I'm here."
Yeah.
It's that.
Oh.
Yeah, it's that.
So this thing comes to life?
Well, no, but
I was like, what do you mean? Or it just looks like that's what you mean. That's the okay.
It kind of looks like that area. It doesn't come to life, but
not me thinking it actually came to life. Like, so it came to life?
You're like, so it comes to life at night?
In real life?
Like night at the museum.
They should have done something with that, but like then took like a trip and saw like the Lincoln Memorial and saw like him sitting and he comes to life.
Well, is the Lincoln Memorial in modern Seven Wonder? It's not, but it should be.
It should be.
It should be the 8th one.
Are people allowed to sit on its lap? Or is that like disrespectful?
That's like really disrespectful,
Why?
I think.
He's dead.
I've been to DC. I've seen it.
I've been to DC. Why can't I sit on Abe Lincoln's lap? He's like Santa. Big
They have
Santa.
like people there to guard it so you don't like get too close.
What are we gonna do? Sit on his lap? What's wrong with that?
Be like, Mr. Abraham Lincoln, I'd like a fire truck, please.
Speaking of fire, I just want to take a little trip down memory lane.
Speaking of the Hanging Gardens of Babylon.
Listen. Last night, 6 o'clock this morning, not last night, 6 a.m., I was obviously sleeping, and then I remember, like, seeing fire in my dream, smelling smoke. And I woke up from a dead sleep, and I went, I forgot to blow out the candle. I let my candle burn all night. It was fine. But I had, like, this awakening in my dream to be like, Tiffany, go blow out your candle. Isn't that so weird?
God.
I'm like, what if it was, like, 2 minutes from, like, burning down the apartment? Because it was going, like, since, like, 5 p.m. yesterday. And I woke up at 6 a.m. Well, I remember before I went to go to bed, I was like, I should probably blow that out. But then I like forgot completely.
You're like, it's fine.
Because it's like behind some stuff on my mantle, so like I didn't see it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, I see
but
that.
I woke up like 6 a.m. this morning and I saw like fire in my dream and smelled smoke and I was like, the candle. I was like, how creepy is that? What if like something was trying to warn me? If I let it burn a little longer, it would have caught the apartment on fire.
You have like a sixth sense.
Yeah.
I almost said fifth sense. I was like, that's not right.
I had some senses. What can I say? But yeah, fire truck's fire. I had to tell you about my little spidey senses. Yeah.
Funny you bring that up because fire will be coming up later on in this as well. You're like my favorite.
My favorite. Love.
But yeah, so the statue of Zeus was at 40 feet, and it was so tall that its head nearly touched the top of the temple that it was residing in.
Oh, wow.
According to legend, the sculptor of Phidias asked Zeus for a sign of his approval after finishing the statue. Soon after, the temple was struck by lightning.
Oh, that's creepy.
Isn't that, like... Even if the Greek gods aren't real, like,
that's
getting
weird.
that happen, like, it's like... Oh, well, what am I supposed to do with this?
It's like something was saying something. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, no, exactly. So, the Zeus statue graced the temple at Olympia for more than 8 centuries, until before Christian priests persuaded the Roman emperor to close the temple in the 4th century A.D.
Wow.
At that time, the statue was moved to a temple at Constantinople, right? Yeah, that's how you say it. I've heard of it before. Where it is believed to have been destroyed in a fire in the year of 462.
Oh, that's weird. That's really weird.
Spoiler alert for most of these 7 wonders, they have mostly been destroyed by fire.
Maybe it's because they were too powerful for this world. Wait. What if it's like, remember that episode we had, like, the devil boxes, the demon boxes?
Mm-hmm.
What if it's like, if all 7 of them existed, it could, like, end the world or something?
It would be, like, too powerful.
Yeah. Like, if all of those Dybbuk boxes came in one spot, it's said to, like, be very bad.
No, I feel like that's,
same vibe.
like, that could be kind of possible. Like, I feel like a lot of this stuff is very, interesting in the sense that, like, I feel like they could all be connected in some sort of way just because of how beautiful and wonderful they were. Like,
they were too powerful, they had to be destroyed. Like, just, that's so weird.
Yeah, no, exactly. All right, so we are moving on to trying to remember, keep count. I think it is wonder number 4. Yes, that's what it is.
4, yeah.
I know how to count.
4 wonders ago.
The Abe Lincoln Memorial.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
We always have a callback.
We do.
All right, so the 4th wonder is the Temple of Artemis at Ephesus. So there was actually more than one temple of Artemis. A series of several altars and temples was destroyed and then restored on the same site in Ephesus, a Greek port city on the west coast of modern-day Turkey. The most fabulous of these structures were 2 marble temples built around 550 BC and 350 BC, respectfully. Apart from Olympus, the sun never looked on anything so grand. The writer Antipater of Sidon wrote of the Temple of Artemis. The original Temple of Artemis was designed by the Cretan architect Cherisophron. I'm doing good with these names.
You are. You're doing beautifully.
Okay, archaeologist.
Okay.
And his son, Metagenes.
Stunning.
Great name.
Beautiful.
And decorated by some of the most celebrated artists of the ancient world. The building burned on July 21st, 356 BC, according to legend, the same night that Alexander the Great was born.
Wow.
It was torched by a Greek citizen named Herostratus, who claimed he burned the marble so that his name would be known to history. And he got his way.
Yeah, we know it now. Good job.
And because of this action, he was put to death, and the government declared it illegal to utter his name. So I guess they just committed a crime.
What's his name again?
Herostratus.
Is it going to be a thing, like, if you say it 3 times, like Beetlejuice?
I mean, we've said it twice.
Do it one more time, I dare you.
Herostratus.
Logan was stabbed.
But yeah, this one is more of like a calmer of the 7 wonders, I'd say.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you've definitely seen this. It is. I'll show you a picture of this one as well. It's very common in American architecture.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Great.
So this temple, fun fact, is actually was recreated in Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh.
In Centennial Park.
Okay.
So they have like a recreation of that there, which I've seen myself as well.
Oh my gosh, you're so cultured. You're well traveled.
But yeah, so about 6 years later, the building of the new Temple of Artemis was begun. The new building was surrounded by marble steps that led to a more than 400-foot-long terrace. Inside stood 127 60-foot marble columns and a statue of Artemis, the Greek goddess of the hunt. Archaeologists disagree as to whether the building had an open-air ceiling or was it topped with wooden tiles.
Oh, wooden tiles?
Beefing? Can you imagine being archaeologists and you're beefing about if a wonder had wooden tiles or not?
How could that? I mean, I guess if it was burned to the ground, but it's like, what does it really matter? I would hope someone wouldn't choose wooden tiles. It's gonna get water
they recreated it too. I think this is one of the only 7 wonders that it literally was destroyed, and they went, we can rebuild it.
You can't rebuild a garden? Can someone redo it? Somebody? Anybody?
I guess it just depends on who's doing it. They're just like,
Are you sure Abe Lincoln isn't just a redo of the other guy?
Huh?
Is Abe Lincoln just a redo of the other dude?
That's a good point.
See?
Is Abraham Lincoln Artemis, the Greek goddess of the hunt?
Imagine Artemis with the Abe Lincoln hat.
With the big Lincoln hat with the bow and arrow, and it's like,
hi. Welcome to Gettysburg.
No, because that's a Gettysburg too. Stop it. That was such a niche reference to go to.
Oops.
Oh my god. So yeah, spoiler alert yet again, since it is an ancient wonder, the second temple was destroyed again by Ostrogoths in 262 AD. And it was not until the 1860s that archaeologists
Archaeologists?
archaeologists I'm losing my
archaeologists?
mind in this ancient episode.
Just say A.
The scientist people dug up their first of the ruins of the temple's columns at the bottom of the Castor River.
Oh.
So this would have been a lost wonder as well until scientists found it.
Scientists. The digger guys.
The people who do the digging to find out the history.
Yes, I do the digging.
You know the people.
Yes, I do the digging.
No, I think that one is really interesting. I think it's fun knowing that wonder actually exists out
Yeah,
there.
they actually found stuff from it.
Yeah.
Like, that's cool.
It's not like vague, like, oh, maybe it exists, maybe it doesn't.
Maybe it burned to the ground. Maybe. Ooh,
Oh my god.
love it.
So we are on to, we're chugging along here.
Chug, chug, chug.
We're at number 5. And this one is the one I actually know, I think, the least about, so I'm excited.
Ooh,
to
watch
get
I know
into
the
it.
most. Probably not. I don't know. I didn't know half of these. Not gonna lie.
The 5th wonder on the list is the mausoleum at Halicarnassus.
Never heard of it.
You're
Nope.
like, as soon as I said Halicarnassus, you just went.
I went, that's too many letters. I shook my head.
For everyone at home, yeah, she just like shook her head and was just like, Not a clue.
Couldn't say a thing about it. My goodness.
all right, so located in what is now southeastern Turkey, the mausoleum at Halicarnassus was a tomb built by the Artemisia for her husband, Mausolus, the king of Carnia in Asia Minor, after his death in 353 BC. Mausolus was also Artemisa's brother, and according to legend, she was so grief-stricken at his passing that she mixed his ashes with water and drank them in addition to ordering the mausoleum's construction. The massive mausoleum was made entirely of white marble and is thought to have been about 135 feet high.
I'm
Right?
stuck on her drinking his ashes.
Mm-hmm.
Like chocolate
Right?
milk?
Like
Dude.
chocolate milk. Yes,
Wait,
exactly.
wait,
like
back up.
chocolate
Why'd she
milk.
drink it? What did
She
I miss?
missed him so much, and she was grieving so much that she wanted to be a part of him.
Listen, I want to respect the grieving process, but that's disgusting.
They were also brother and sister.
I wouldn't drink my sibling even if he gave me money for it. I don't want that.
I don't want to drink my
I'm no
sibling.
drinking cannibal. No, thank you. It's like instant coffee.
No. Oh.
It's like a protein shake.
Can I have my cup of my brother today, guys?
Imagine you have your like blender bottle for all you like
Stop.
your gym people
Your
out there.
protein shake.
Your protein shake. You have your gym thing. You're shaking it up. Little balls inside there.
No, absolutely not.
That's
No.
madam. Madam, you could have just went with getting that mausoleum built. Why didn't you mix his ashes in the concrete slab stuff?
Well, I think she did that.
You couldn't put it
as
all in
well.
there?
She needed to be a part of him.
Sir.
It's kind of beautiful, kind of romantic.
If you're losing it, what year was this?
This was
They don't-
around 353 BC.
So they didn't have doctors to say it was wrong? I
I
hope
think
you would
they had
think it was
doctors. I just don't think they had the social cues to be like, yeah, that's kind of weird.
wrong. No moral compass. Nothing. Really. You do you, I guess.
Oh my god.
Imagine. Just imagine it. No.
So
I'm just disturbed. I'm sorry.
you just like can't get over this.
I'm
You're like,
caught up.
no, we're gonna
Nothing
talk
else
about
matters
it.
except the stupid protein shake of a brother. You were saying.
So the mausoleum itself, the building had a complicated design consisting of 3 rectangular layers. May have been an attempt to reconcile Lycian, the Greek and Egyptian architectural styles. The first layer was a 60-foot base of steps.
Oh
Can you
my
imagine
gosh.
walking up that many steps?
That's too many.
Followed by a middle layer of 36 Ionic columns in a stepped,
Wow.
a stepped pyramid-shaped roof. Yep, that's it. At the very top of the roof lay the tomb, decorated by the work of 4 sculptors and a not 40, a 20-foot marble rendition of a 4-horse chariot.
Wow. Imagine having that much money to like get
It's,
something like
excessive.
that made. That's probably ridiculous.
It's like a cake, basically. They're talking about layers in here. There's like,
Yeah.
there's going to be this many steps. There's going to be some pillars. We're going to put some fondant in
They
here.
deserve the
buttercream.
world.
What?
Also, they deserve the world. Also, isn't it so weird that like all of these are like basically like in memory of someone who died? Like most of these are like places people were laid to rest, which is kind of creepy. So it's like, how did they become the Seven Wonders?
Yeah,
So,
like
like,
what
a
was so
supernatural
grand about
pull?
them that they were like, we must do this.
Yeah. Like I want to know what. Ugh, it's weird.
Yeah, this one is really fun because I was obviously doing research for this episode, but I feel like this one is like the most like gothic kind of themed of them all.
Oh, that's cool. Creepy.
Yeah, no. What
But
if you were
cool.
like walking through the woods and you saw that on the other end?
Yeah.
I'd pee myself.
Why does it kind of look like a jail? Like a tall
Oh
jail?
my god, it kind of does. It kind of does look
Creepy.
like a jail.
It's like very ominous looking.
Yeah. The tomb itself was not until that very top part where those horses are. You see where the
Yeah.
chariot is? That's where
Ew.
the like actual tomb is.
Why does it kind of look like the thing from Goosebumps? The tower. What is it? The terror. What the heck am I thinking?
Tower of Terror. No,
No,
that's Disney.
The
Sorry,
thing that's
Disney.
like that, like that gothic thing. What am I thinking of? Is it not a terror episode?
I know what you're talking about. The
Yeah.
medieval one where they go back in time in the
Yeah.
UK.
UK kind
the
of looks like that.
British.
It really does look like that. Same vibes. Yeah.
My gosh. So yeah, this mausoleum was largely destroyed by an earthquake in the 13th century, and it remains were later used in the fortification of a castle, which I didn't know actually.
Ooh.
In 1846, pieces of one of the mausoleum's friezes were extracted from the castle and now reside along with other relics from the Halicarnassus site in London's British Museum.
Stop it. We gotta go now.
I guess this is our sign to go to the UK.
Guess it's our sign, loves. Also, I bet that castle was so haunted.
Very.
Imagine your house is just made out of a mausoleum. No, thank you.
Wait, maybe I did get my Haunted Castles episode then.
Stop it.
Aw.
Aw, the world came back for you.
Wow. Literally every idea that I had is like circling back for this episode,
Yeah.
and it's like perfect.
You literally got the best of both worlds.
Oh my god. So we are on to seven wonder number 6. 6 out of 7.
6 out of 7.
This one's the weirdest and kind of the most
Weirder than chocolate milk lady? That's how I'm gonna
the
remember.
structure itself is kind of
Okay,
weird.
got it. I was like, what can be weirder than that?
This is the 6th wonder. It is the Colossus of Rhodes.
Okay.
All right, so the Colossus of Rhodes was an enormous bronze sculpture of the sun god Helios, built by the Rhodians over 12 years in the 3rd century BC. The city was the target of the Macedonian siege early in the 4th century BC, and according to legend, the Rhodians sold the tools and equipment left behind by the Macedonians to pay for the Colossus. Designed by the sculptor Charez, the statue was at 100 feet, the tallest of the ancient world. It was completed around 280 BC, and it stood for 60 years until it was toppled in an earthquake, and it was never rebuilt.
Not the earthquakes that keep damaging things. That's so high for a sculptor.
No, yeah, it literally is. And I want to kind of show the depictions of it because, so the statue was built on like the rivers there near the docks of the water.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you the more simple one, which is probably the more accurate one, and then the funny one.
Oh, I need the
So the first one for Helios is that people think it looked like this, just like a little statue off to the side
So
on
like
the
Statue
dock.
of Liberty, but a guy.
Yeah, it's just some guy.
Some
It's
dude.
literally just some dude
Yeah.
next to the dock.
Like he has that pointy crown that's kind of like our lady, our New York crown.
Oh my god, it kind of does. You're so right.
Give me liberty or give me death.
So this is the most practical one, right? You're like,
Yeah.
okay, 100 feet in the air, like it's off to the side. Oh, this is such a beautiful like wonder for the area.
Yeah.
And then there's the other depiction of it
I'm scared.
where they have both of his feet across 2 different dock points, and you go in between his legs to get out of the
Ew.
dock.
He looks scary. If I saw that standing 100 feet tall, I don't think I'd feel safe. Also,
Can you imagine being a boat going through the legs of a sun god?
I wonder how, like, in depth it was. Like, how how much can you see?
How much anatomy was put into
That's
this
kind of what I'm
statue?
asking, without being too, like, because I feel like you could see a lot.
Oh my god.
And what do people, they're not trying to go for a show, they're just trying to cross the path.
No, yeah,
You know?
like, do they look under it? Or is it like, oh my god, is it like a Barbie doll where it's like...
It's like nothing. Nothing's there.
Just like
But there
bare.
has to be. I'm like, it's 100 feet tall. They had to, like, show everything, right? I don't know. They're getting a whole show.
Oh my god.
Ew.
That's too
Also,
funny.
what if it's kind of like a scarecrow? It's keeping all the energies away.
It
Scary
keeps-
demons.
Can you imagine being a bird and you hit that?
No, imagine you, like, have a nest on its shoulder.
No, there's probably so many animals that lived up there now that you
Ew.
said that.
Can you go inside, like, the Statue of Liberty?
I don't think so.
Imagine there's,
I
like, a
think it's
bunch of
just
steps.
statue. I think it's just some
Aw.
statue.
Poor
Sadly. You're like, not much of a wonder if I can't go inside of it.
guy. Making me wonder for sure
You
why I
can
couldn't
go
go
in between
inside.
its legs. That's good enough.
That's all right. I'm okay not doing that.
Oh my god.
You say this one also was destroyed by an earthquake? Is that what you said?
Mm-hmm. It's usually either earthquakes or fire.
Imagine finding the pieces of that in the river or whatever it's underneath it.
Oh yeah. Mhm.
His like head's in there, his toes.
Yeah. Yeah, so actually, hundreds of years later, Arabs invaded Rhodes and sold the remains of the statue as scrap metal.
Oh.
Because of this, archaeologists do not know much about the exact location of where the statue is or what it exactly looked like, which is why we have those interpretations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it actually says here most believe that it depicted the sun god standing completely naked while he lifted a torch with one hand and the spear in the other. It was once believed that the statue stood on one leg as well.
What?
And most scholars now agree that the statue's legs were most likely built close together to support its immense weight.
Yeah.
So there's just so much, like...
Maybe it's
fighting
better if his
about
legs were closed, honestly. That's for the best.
But that's not even any better because people are saying like they think it was fully naked, not even like the loincloth art illustration that I was showing.
I don't want
you.
to see more. I feel like if his legs were like open, you'd see a lot more than you'd want to see, you know? If he's like as naked as he could be, I don't want to see all
Did
that.
they build a butt for him too? Like did he have-
Probably. All of it.
Can you imagine being like, welcome to our city and you just see this like butt?
I feel like I'm going home. Turn the boat around. I don't feel safe here anymore.
You're like, I don't care what kind of trade or bartering system that they have here. I'm leaving.
Why is there a 100 feet naked guy holding a spear and a torch?
We're gonna go over to the Great Pyramids instead. We're getting out of here.
I'll literally go see some mummies or something. I don't want to see all that. Ew.
All
Oh,
right.
God.
So we have. I can't. This is gonna be in my head. I'm gonna go
It's
home
too
tonight,
much.
and this is what I'm gonna be thinking about.
Traumatized.
Is this naked Helios guy?
That's so creepy.
Oh
I
my
don't like it. Ew.
All right. So we are on to the very last wonder. We are 7 for 7. The seventh wonder, actually.
My favorite number. Bring it on.
Which is the one I was most excited to talk about, actually, other than the Great
Ooh.
Pyramid.
I was going to
so-
say I'm surprised. It wasn't pyramids, but I'm intrigued.
This one's my favorite. So the seventh wonder we're going to talk about today is the Lighthouse of Alexandria. Have you heard of this?
Vaguely. I've heard the name.
I think it is such a beautiful and interesting wonder. So the Lighthouse of Alexandria was located on a small island called Pharos near the city of Alexandria, designed by the Greek architect Sositrotus. Oh, they did a good job there.
Fancy. Good job.
And completed around 270 BC during the reign of Ptolemy II. The lighthouse helped guide the Nile River ships in and out of the city's busy harbor. So this is also an ancient Egypt thing, which is why I'm like
Yay.
super excited about it. Archaeologists have found ancient coins on which the lighthouse was depicted, and from them deduced that the structure had 3 tiers: a square level at the bottom, an octagonal level in the middle, and a cylinder top. Above that stood a 16-foot statue, most likely of Ptolemy II, or Alexander the Great, for whom the city was named. Although estimates of the lighthouse's height have ranged from 200 to 600 feet, Most modern scholars believe it was about 380 feet tall. The
Wow.
lighthouse was gradually destroyed during a series of earthquakes from 956 to 1323. Some of its remains have since been discovered at the bottom of the Nile River.
Wow.
Yeah. So this one was also like huge.
That's really big. That's like 3 of the guy.
Mhm.
3 of the men.
Three of the, oh my god, it's like 3 Helioses. Who would win in a fight? Who would win in a fight? The Lighthouse of Alexandria or Colossus of Rhodes?
Pick one. Choose your fighter.
Oh my god, it's like a Street Fighter game. It's with the 7 wonders of the world.
Aw,
It's just like
kinda
buildings.
cute. Oh wait, do you know in Gravity Falls? What's his name? The triangle guy.
Yes.
What the heck's his name?
The guy.
Him.
The man.
He's the
Alex Hirsch.
He's
Bill
he's
Cipher.
the pyramid. Yes, he's the pyramid. He's the pyramids. 3 of him.
Oh my god.
They're ready to fight.
Yeah, so there's not really much else that really goes into the story, but the reason I find it so interesting is because it was just such a beautiful wonder. So I'm going to show you the illustration they had of what they believed it was.
Yeah.
And this is what it looked like.
Ooh.
I would live here.
Yeah.
I would fully live in this lighthouse, just looking out
Yeah.
into the Nile River,
Aw.
next to like one of the most beautiful cities in Egypt. Like that sounds
It's so pretty.
right.
Also, I hate to be the one that say this, but it gives me like Alcatraz vibes.
Oh my god, it does. It looks
Alcatraz,
like
but
Alcatraz.
a lighthouse.
No, it does.
Do you see it now?
Yeah.
But it's so pretty.
Yeah, so one of the reasons it is such an ancient wonder that I talked about recently is there was no evidence of this thing's existence in like modern science at
Yeah.
all. So in the 1900s, like they had no idea that this structure existed until they looked at the coins that ancient Egyptians had, and they had this lighthouse on all of them. So it was like one of those things like,
What is that?
yeah, like what is this a picture of? It had to have been some iconic monument for them,
Yeah.
but we have no idea where it is. Until they deduced where it was, and then they found pieces of it in the Nile River. So it was going to be a completely lost wonder unless, you know, the ancient Egyptians like didn't, if they didn't put that on their coin, no one would have known about it.
That is so creepy. That is like definitely like Atlantis type energy. It's like what?
Oh yeah.
What is it?
Yeah, it just makes you wonder how many wonders were actually in ancient Egypt or even in all these other locations that just weren't documented correctly. Or like maybe we just never caught. Like it's just so interesting how we would have never known about this if it wasn't for their monetary value.
Also, it's just very creepy how all of these things kind of just like got destroyed by things that could have just been natural. Like a lot of it's earthquakes, but then fires can also be. They don't always have to be lit by someone. They could just happen.
Yeah.
Like natural, like wildfires and that kind of stuff. But it's just like weird that all of these like very powerful things in the world just like were destroyed by natural things.
Yeah, no,
Creepy.
exactly. So it's just like really really weird to think about because yeah, it's just I think what's the most interesting about this one is that all the other ones were destroyed in like one instance.
Yeah.
But they just had so many earthquakes, it kept like falling apart and falling apart that it was just like they couldn't fix it to a certain point. So they were just like
The earthquakes were like, okay, come on, come down now.
they simply gave up.
Simply gave up. No, that's weird.
Yeah, so that is all the 7 wonders of the ancient world, and we do have as of 2007 there's the new wonders of the world,
Okay.
which I'm not going to go into all of them, but I'm going to rapid fire them, which is the Great Wall of China.
Oh, I didn't know that one.
Yeah, the Taj Mahal, Petra, Jordan, which I don't think I know that one actually. I'm going to
No.
Google that right now. Petra, Jordan.
Jordan.
Oh, it's this thing. You seen this before? This little thing.
I don't know.
Couldn't tell you.
That looks like Mario. It's like one of the games.
It looks like the little entrance in Adventure Time when they're trying to get through those doors, and there's the singing little smiles. No.
No.
The
what
Colosseum
episode.
in Rome is number 4.
Okay.
Christ the Redeemer statue in Rio, which is that like thing of Jesus where he's like out
Oh.
like this.
That's funny.
The Chichen Itza, which I'm gonna look that up too. I don't know if I know that one as well. Let's see here. Oh, it's this thing. It's like the pyramids.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the other version of the pyramids that are like
the chunky one.
Yeah, the more like rectangular ones. I didn't know that's what it was called though.
I'm gonna look up. Now I'm like, what 7 wonders were in Catch Me If You Can? Because like, from the song 7 Wonders, so I'm like, I'm not recognizing any of those ones.
And then the 7th one was Machu Picchu.
Okay.
Which I'm gonna scale one day. I'm gonna do parkour there.
I was supposed to go there like my sophomore year of college. I don't know if I ever told you that. I was going to go to Peru.
Really?
On a mission trip, but
and
then
you weren't gonna take me?
We weren't like tight. We were close back then, but we weren't like close. Here, I'm gonna find these lyrics so I can tell you what the 7 wonders were in Catch Me If You Can.
Are you looking up lyrics to
Yeah. Okay. Niagara Falls, the pyramids, Taj Mahal, Grand Canyon, Aurora Borealis, Stonehenge, Leaning Tower of Pisa. Maybe some of these are just like places. 'Cause it was kind of like playful, so it's like Mount Rushmore, like little places like that. But the Aurora Borealis sign's my favorite. It's like Aurora Borealis. Pretty.
So according to this, the Niagara Falls is the 8th wonder of the world. It's a honorable mention.
Stop it. I'm like, why did I not know about any of those wonders? Am I just not with the times? Or did you not know them either?
Huh?
Did you know those? All of those? The new ones?
The new ones? I knew a few of them, but like I said, like with those two, I was like, I haven't heard this name before, but I've definitely like seen them before, but I didn't know all of them.
I'm just convinced I'm not cultured. I think that's what I'm convinced of. I haven't heard of half of those, not gonna lie.
Yeah, so...
But cool.
Yep, so that is all of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. Did you have a favorite?
Well... I know my least favorite. Well, 2 of my least favorites. Naked Guy and Cannibal Lady. Least favorites for sure.
Naked Guy and Cannibal Lady.
Yeah.
I love... What if I use Helios for the graphics for this?
The one where... No. Ew.
No, I think I might use the Garden of the Babylon one.
Good. Keep it tasteful. Keep it tasteful on the internet, Logan.
Yeah. Let's keep it tasteful for our fans.
I mean, honestly, that one's either my favorite or the, just the pyramids. Just because I think they're cool. They're just a little too weird.
So the first half of the episode.
The rest, I'm just scared.
You're like, I'm bored.
No, the thing is, I found the other ones more interesting, but I'm just, like, irked by them.
They're a little more obscure. Like, you have...
Yeah.
You have these, like, beautiful, great pyramids that have all these weird histories and, like, aliens in the Hanging Gardens, which is, like, a concept of beauty. And then you have woman eating her brother's ashes because she misses him.
Yeah. Like, I like how weird those ones are, don't get me wrong. But I think if I were to, like, try to visit one of them, if, like, they existed, it would be the garden or it would be... Well, the pyramids still exist, so I could still do that. But, yeah.
Yeah, I think I've already mentioned them. The Great Pyramid was my favorite, and... The Alexandria one is so gorgeous to me, even though it's simple. I like learning more about the Gardens of Babylon a lot. And then honestly, the the Colossus of Rhodes is it's something that's gonna haunt me for the rest of my life. So it's got to be up there too.
Yeah, put her in the top 3.
Put her in the top 3 of the season.
Stunning.
So yeah, that is all of the 7 wonders. So even though there's all these beautiful architectural things and a lot of history and science has come up to it, the 7 wonders of the ancient world will always remain a mystery. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Thank you.
And we will see you next time for Tiffany's case in episode 6.
6. Ha ha ha. Be there, be square. 6 of 6. Yeah.
6 times 6.
Next time on 6. The musical. But it's just our show. Alright.
Sadly. No, just kidding.
No, sadly. Not sadly, love.
All right.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Bye.